It's me, Renee Rochelle, coming to you from Chronicles of a Hoodoo Spiritualist, my channel here on YouTube. This is spiritual awareness. This week we are discussing two topics. The first topic is circles. Circles. A lot of us tend to get in the same situation with a different person, a same relationship with a different person, different name, different age, same person, same situation. Is that more clear? Meaning, you go from John to Tom, but John and Tom are the same person, same situation. Just a different age, different date of birth, different name, but it's the same person, same situation. Friendships, relationships, circles. So we're going to ask the cards, which is really our spirit guides, our angels, and the divine God himself, to help us out with these circles. I have a new spread. Let's get into it. Circles. New deck. Circles. There's a lampshade on that light. Can you imagine? There's a lampshade. That's the spirits here with me. Isn't that something? They come across on camera like that. Amazing. I'm so amazed by that. That you can't even see the light shade on the wall. Circles. Some of you are like, Renee, you know the answer to this, don't you? Yeah, I do. I say it so much in private readings, so much. But today, I get to demonstrate it on a larger scale, on a wider scale. Yeah. Okay, the primary concern is these circles that we keep on going through, right? And then what it has here is the Knight of Pentacles. See, there's good things about the Knight, and there's bad things about the Knight. I've always expressed to y'all that the reason I like him is that when the king yells charge, he takes his time and he assesses the situation. But the bad part is that when he's sitting there after everybody's ran off to win the war, and he's sitting there assessing, he may get to the point where I don't feel like there's no avenue for me to go. Because the Knight of Pentacles is the one that when the king yells charge, he sits back and he waits and he assesses, right? So he looks to the right and whoa, we get our ass kicked over there. I'm not going that way. He looks to the left. Oh, well, it seems like they got it. You know what I'm saying? So I don't need to go over there. But he also looks ahead and he sees that the king is available, that he can get to the other side and kill their king. But the thing about this knight, he said, you know what? I could just sit back here and nobody would be none the wiser. I could take a time out on this war. Right? So in essence, the main concern about these circles that you keep getting into with the relationships and with the people is that you stand behind. That you're not active in love. That you're not active in life because you don't want these hurt friendships. You don't want these hurt relationships. I'll just sit right here by myself and just watch the world go by. Anything is better than risking my heart. Just like this knight is sitting there saying, even though I see the king, I can sit here because I don't have to risk my life. They can fight the war, it'll be over, and I'm good. The bad part is that you become a recluse. You don't end up finding what love, true, pure, honest love is really about. What honest, true friendships and relationships are really about. Because I've been through this too many times. Let me sit it out. Let me busy my life with other things so that I don't have to go out there again and pick up the same guy, pick up the same girl, get the same friends, and have to live this all over again. Circles. Because in the end, we are here to learn lessons. Life is a learning lesson. And I know some of you don't believe in reincarnation, but honey, you will be back if you don't learn the lessons in life that you're supposed to be learning now. How to achieve your happiness and bliss. You cannot sit on the sidelines and watch life go by. You cannot not have love relationships because you don't want to attract the same mate. You cannot have friendships and deal with family because you don't want to get hurt. It's about finding ways and avenues to deal with these things to make you a better, happier, blissful person. And this is about why do you want answers to this circles thing, ding, 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 ding. Right? Because here's what happens. I'm going to tell you what, oh, isn't it a beautiful card? Let me see if I can get it in a different light. Look at that. It's the Ace of Pentacles. And you may say, Renee, well, why do you want answers? And you give us the Ace of Pentacles? I'm going to tell you why. Not participating in the outside world and not participating in relationships builds a fear in you to where you can't develop in other areas. It makes a block to where you can't even increase your situation financially because it creates an imbalance in you. It is an imbalance. It is an imbalance, and it gets worse and worse and worse. To the point where you will stay at a job that you do not belong at anymore, that you've outgrown, outlearned, outmoved, because you are in fear of these future relationships. Scared of the new people at the new job, the new boss at the new job. Scared that you may get there and you don't know what's there, so I'm going to stay right where I am. This is stagnance. This opportunity, this beautiful opportunity for new finance, for new growth in finance, to make more money, is being frozen by your inability to want to go through relationships. Protecting your heart to an unhealthy degree. So in order for a lot of you to expand your finances and move forward and make more money and grow and provide for your family, you have to get over this fear of relationships. What is going on currently that has you worried, that has you feeling anxious, like something, I can't get this together, something ain't right, it's just not working? It's the World card upside down. Some of you start schooling, different schools, and you can't complete it. Start different avenues to work and you can't complete it, and you can't understand why. Because you're getting in your own way. It's a phobia, it's a fear. If I get there and I make this is the school, or you'll finish school, you'll finish your courses, you'll finish an online program, and then do nothing with it. This is your world. This is the World card upside down, which means that you was like, wow. You can't get ahead. You can't do anything. It's like you're stuck. You can't finish anything. I feel like you can't move. It's like I can't move, I can't move, I can't move, I can't do it. Like you can't bring yourself. Like you see that you have an opportunity to move forward in life and make more money, but you cannot do it or for anything because of the fear of these circles, the fear of these relationships that always end up hurting you to the core of your existence. Some of you literally can't get out of bed. Can't get out of bed because you've been pounded so much. Pounding. It's a struggle. Just to maintain a life, just to maintain who you are, it's a struggle. What you are currently unaware of, right, is the Five of Wands. And the Five of Wands is technically about some people saying fighting at work and other people, but this is an argument that you can win. So here's the thing. This is something that you can overcome. You're unaware of it now, but you can overcome this fear, this anxiety that leads you out of in a stagnant situation where you can't move in all areas of your life. This complete imbalance that has you stuck. It's all about being balanced. It's all about growing as an individual. This is a fight that you can win. You just got to change the way you look at it, change the way you address it, and change the way you work towards it. You got to change your outlook. You got to change your look in that direction altogether. You have to change how you attack this situation in your life. This is not a hopeless situation. No way, no way, no way, no way, no way, no way, no way. See, I'm starting to cry because I understand, like, it gets to a point where I understand why the deck changed, right? And I've been understanding it the last couple of days, but right here, right now, in this moment, it says the best thing to do about the situation is cry it out. You see him on the table crying it out, getting it out. It's also about you knowing that there's other things to life. But you have to emotionally deal with each relationship. See, some of you pile one relationship on top of another. You break up with this guy, and then you hurry up and find another one to replace him, and you never get over the first one. And then when the second relationship is over, you go to the third relationship to replace the second, but you haven't gotten over the first, and now you haven't gotten over the second, and then you're going to get hurt by the third. And that's why they all look the same, because you're going to keep choosing the same person to replace the first one that hurt you. The universe will send you the same person till you learn to say no. I'm not getting in a relationship with you. Till you learn how to stop in the moment and cry it out and feel the pain and go through it. Crying is healing. Crying is letting all the emotion and the feeling of loss and the sadness be released from you so you don't have to carry it around as a burden. It's about having your heart healed. You need that time. If you get into a relationship 6 months to a year after a serious relationship is a year, 2 years, 3 years on. If you don't take that time to heal yourself and heal your spirit and replenish your spirit, you are doing yourself a humongous disservice. So if you've dated man after man after man, if you've dated woman after woman after woman, just replacing the one with the next, it gets to the point where you cannot take it anymore because you're running in circles. Because here's the thing, this is very important. They will not send you the one until you have learned to heal yourself from the past relationship. Because each relationship had a lesson. Each one had a lesson for you to learn about yourself and about what you wanted in a mate, what you wanted in a friend, and what you didn't want in a mate, and what you didn't want in a friend. And if you didn't take the time to review each relationship specifically enough, then you never learned your lesson. Each one has to be broken down and understood. Why this one didn't work? Why that one didn't work? Why that one didn't work? And why that one didn't work? They have to be dissected. You have to cry it out. You have to miss them. You have to, say your goodbyes emotionally. You have to rebuild yourself. This is you. This is the person that you, friend, lover, whatever, right? When you start to go out, you start creating this energy between the two of you. I wish I had the card. It's almost like the Two of Cups that we have now in this new deck. You start creating this energy between the two of you, right? By the time it's to marriage or a deep relationship, you both giving 50-50 to this ball. right? So even like if one of you starts to cheat, there's something that changes in the ball. And you're like, I just couldn't put my finger on it. I knew something was wrong, but I just didn't understand it. It was something off. Because he's no longer, or she's no longer giving you that full energy. That full 50%. Right? So when you break up or you get a divorce and you separate, now each of you are half of that whole. So you have to take the time to replenish yourself to get this back to full circle. So that when you give yourself to a new person, you're giving your full and whole complete self. That's why when people are married for 50 years and then one dies and they're like, well, they was old and they died from a broken heart. No, they died at 80 because they could not replenish themselves quick enough for what they lost. When you go through a divorce, why you feel so empty is because that person had 50% and they took it. So you have to take the time to rebuild yourself. Your self-esteem, your self-worth. You have to understand what happened in that relationship. Know what you do and what you didn't want in a mate. Know what you do and you don't want in a friendship. Analyze it. I love what I do. My God. Six of Swords. Right? And this is the best way to use this advice, right? Best way to use this advice. Okay? In the present, right now. Take it and run with it. Take off. And change your world and change your life. Don't waste a second. Let's go. I love it. The cards tell you everything. How to handle these situations in the future. Let's talk about the red flags. I mentioned it last week. I'm starting to say red flags a lot lately, aren't I? See, they're going to send you another person till you learn to honor the red flags that they show you. Because these people, every single person, when you go back over these relationships, every single person has shown you a red flag that they were like the person before. But see, you're going into a relationship not 100% yourself, so you ignore it and you take it. Right? So if you left the first relationship and you left your 50% behind and you didn't replenish that 50% and you got into the next relationship, and now when you leave that relationship, you're down to 25%, and then now you're going into another one. So by the time you get out of that one, there's nothing left. No self-esteem, no self-worth, no nothing. There's no love left to give. There's nothing left of you. So you bow out from the world. And they will keep sending them to you until you acknowledge the red flags that they give you. I should have known when he said he didn't want to move out his mama house. What grown man don't want to move out his mama house? Red flag. Right? So when you acknowledge all of this and you start to heal and you start to date or you start to welcome in new friendships, right? And these red flags come up, bing, bing, you supposed to pack your shit and go. Simple. You supposed to take what you got to, you is not the right one for me. Plain and simple. soon as you see them red flags, you emotionally, physically check out. You can get them whatever excuse you want to give them. Like, nah. Or you can tell them the truth. Nah. Once you said you never want to move out your mother's house, and you 36, I was done with you. I can't. Remind me of my ex. I can't do it. Sorry. I got to move on. And after you do a couple of these, where you say, they're going to send you a couple. And you say, hell no. Because you said you wasn't a drunk, but then you keep bringing home glass bottles of wine every night. I gotta go. You said you was my friend, but yet the girl in the next cubicle telling me my business. Take your shit and go. Let go. Walk. And after that, you'll start to weed them out before they even get close enough to get to your heart. Because you have to understand that when the red flags come, you care, but you're not in love. You care about your friend or your associate, because they're associates. You care about the associate, but you haven't built that emotional commitment towards a friendship when the red flags show up. So you're able to walk away. But you do not. You have to keep your full and whole self. Have to. And how you rebuild yourself and rebuild your self-esteem is every time you walk away from a bad one, your self-worth and your self-esteem replenishes. And then you will select the good ones, and the good ones will encourage you, and that will rebuild your self-esteem and your self-worth. Thanking you for being a friend and being understanding, and you grow. What will happen if you don't listen to this advice? All these wands that you carry, all these different people. Listen, look, John, Sam, Teresa, James, Janice, Greg, all of them. All the wounds, all the hurt that you carry around with you will continue. Ten of Wands is about being overburdened emotionally. Like, you have to let go of the emotional baggage. You have to deal with past issues and let those wands go so that you can walk freely and be happy and be peaceful. You're going to become overburdened. Some of you already are with very emotional. Can't even begin to look at any situation other than black and white. Look, you either in or you out, here and there, whatever. You can't say, well, I need to grow, I need to this. You just stuck. Because I often talk about the closet in the front hallway of the house, right? Every time guests come over, you take whatever's in the living room, whatever's on the dining room table, and you stuff it in this closet. So every time a friend or an ex-lover goes out the back door and a new one comes in the front, you clean up the house like you perfect, like you a wonderful mate, and you throw everything in that closet. And it gets to the point where you open that door to that closet to throw stuff in there, and there is no room. Because now you're emotionally spent. You have nothing left to give to anybody. But instead of cleaning out the closet, you shut the door. So you're left with all this emotion, all this unhealed hurts, all this misunderstandings of relationships. Open the closet and go through it. Private readings with me, the information will be down below. If you want to talk about this in more detail on how to get yourself back into society. Because in order to move forward in the workplace and anywhere else, you have to be balanced. You have to be balanced. Thank you for joining me. I'm Renee Michelle. This was Spiritual Awareness Circles on my YouTube channel here, Chronicles of a Who's Who Spiritualist. Thank you. Stay blessed. I love you. Ashe.